Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Austin J. Haynes, the host of Power of Pure Presence. Today we're talking about presence, which is the main topic, poetry, and nature. The most profound insights, perspectives that I've had have come from this pure space. Welcome this morning. Let's take a little saunter through nature. If you're joining live, I welcome you in. Our audiences from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Before we get into the show, I want to let you know that this poetry has turned into this poetic, inspirational experience we're calling Pi. And next Sunday, I'll be in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania for the Holistic Health and Healing Expo. And I'll be doing the second poetic inspirational experience. There's a press release out. If you Google my name, Austin J. Haynes, Haines, and just look under news, you'll see a press release about it. And if it's something you're interested in and you're local, I would love to meet you face to face. So as we usher in this day, this brand new day, I have a couple poems I want to share with you. Just want you to invite the open space. Just invite the instead of trying to think and analyze, and just allow a moment of none of that, the opposite of that. So I'm going to walk here and just share some of the sights and sounds here. I am at one of my favorite places, Hopkins Pond. And there's still lots of green here. It's a mix. You can see some of the green leaves and then some orange and red sprinkled in, or yellow. And we're blessed with a radiant blue sky today. And it's just fantastic. So I'm just going to saunter here through the trail here at Hopkins Pond, and then I'll pick a spot, share a couple poems with you, and just invite you to allow that free-flowing breath. The more I work with folks and become more aware of my own behaviors, it's when I'm able to breathe deep in the toughest situations, it does something. And so that's what we do here each week, is to just practice this. And the only thing I recommend is just breathing in through your nose and allowing the belly expand, fill up the lungs. I mean, of course, there's all different ways to breathe, but I like to keep things simple. And when you're going through day-to-day life, you don't have time to think about, oh, am I breathing right? Just in through the nose, belly expand, and then see if you can pause it just for a moment. And that little micro move in a tough moment brings you present, and it can help you manage through a tough situation. And if you're in a relaxed state, it just kind of brings you more into the moment, right? Into the moment. I love watching these leaves fall, like, individually, and I'm going to share a poem with you from Robert Frost called October. And I have a little short verse from Rumi, the great poet Rumi. And again, I found that some of the deepest insights I've had come from just this, it rises up from within me. It's not, a lot of times we're seeking external validation, achievement, right? We're always looking for some result, some new insights. But what I found is that, and the reason why I love this platform here, Power of Pure Presence, is because when we just allow these moments of presence, the most profound things rise up within us. It's just amazing, beautiful, beautiful day. Take a moment. Just know the more you practice breathing deep throughout your day, you're changing your biochemistry as you're living. So this is what's great. You don't have to get to a meditation class or some kind of a yoga class. You practice it as you live, because that's when you need it most. And of course, the other things are great too. They're great resets, like an hour if you're going to like a yoga class or some kind of a meditation. It's all great, but I want you to think about making this a practice throughout your day. So I'm going to read a poem to you by Robert Frost called October. O hushed October morning mild, thy leaves have ripened to the fall. Tomorrow's wind, if it be wild, should waste them all. The crows above the forest call. Tomorrow they may form and go. O hushed October morning mild, begin the hours of this day slow. Make the day seem to us less brief. Hearts not averse to being beguiled, beguile us in a way you know. Release one leaf at break of day. At noon release another leaf. One from our trees, one far away. Retard the sun with gentle mist, and chant the land with amethyst. Slow, slow, for the grape's sake, if they were all, whose leaves already are burnt with frost, whose clustered fruit must else be lost, for the grape's sake along the wall. That's October by Robert Frost. And I liken this to prepare our hearts for the change that's happening physically around us. And perhaps there's some emotional change that you're embracing at at this time. It's a great poem. You can look it up October to see it again. And then I just have some short verse from Rumi, which I really love. It's just a short way. Why plague your heart with indecision? Your heart is your pulpit and throne. Don't step down. Intelligence is your crown. Only gems drawn from the depths of you can adorn this crown. Gather them. And that goes what I was just saying earlier about the deepest, the most profound insights often come from the depth of your being. And the only way to get them is to be still. The only way to, in my experience, my deepest perspectives, profound insights have come from the depth of my being. And that's basically what this is saying. Why plague your heart with indecision? Your heart is your pulpit and throne. Don't step down. Intelligence is your crown. Only gems drawn from the depths of you can adorn this crown. Gather them. And this one is just a short and very profound. When I am not. When I am not, I am. That sounds like one of those deep philosophical things, but it's in line with what we're doing here in that don't try to be something. Don't try to get somewhere. Don't try to manipulate something. Be in the vacuum, because life is filled with stimulus from external and our mind. And our mind is really some kind of, a lot of times our mind is just some variation of the external world that we've interpreted, right? Think about it. We're constantly getting things in, our mind interprets it, and that's part of the noise. So our mind becomes part of the external noise because we're constantly getting stimulation. We just interpret it so that in a way that kind of resonates with our filter. And that's why I love this again. He says, why plague your heart with indecision? Your heart is your pulpit and your throne. Don't step down. Intelligence is your crown. Only gems drawn from the depths of you can adorn this crown. Gather them. And when I am, I am not. And when I am not, I am. Be okay with the vacuum and the void. Be okay with that. So next week, I'm going to be at the Holistic Health and Healing Expo in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. Between 11 and 11:30, I'll be in the room, and we'll be sharing the poetic inspirational experience. In person, this is a transformational thing that happens with people. It's the space that's created. It's the words. It's hard to describe. It's something that I invite you to experience. I'm going to step out here as we close out this week's show. And my name is Austin. This is the Power of Pure Presence, the art of living fully now. Make it a practice. Life happens. Life is in the unraveling. It's not in the overthinking. It's in allowing it to unravel. And that's what the power of pure presence is. It's this practice of allowing life and then allowing the vacuum in life and ushering in breath. I want to thank you for joining me this week for Power of Pure Presence. Go back and listen again. The poems are great. Take a moment to go back and listen. You'll hear the poems in the beginning. It's a great space to just sit, reflect, breathe, allow life to unfold. We're constantly rushing. Remember, you're you're going to go into Monday. You're going to face stimulation constantly coming at you. It's going to enter your mind. Your mind's going to overthink. Most people overthink thousands of thoughts a day. Give yourself the space to just allow and be in the moment. Have a great week, everyone.